Spoken English is different from IELTS speaking module on various grounds, because spoken English mostly we deal with the topics, the ideas that we have seen people talking about, the ideas that we talk about, right? However, when it comes to IELTS English, for example, cue card task is specifically the purpose of this video. It's very important to organize our ideas, to think about certain things, right? So that we are able to speak in an impeccable manner, right? Now, cue card topics, they don't really require any kind of a specialized knowledge for you to be able to answer them. However, it is always better to remove that element of surprise and prepare ourselves in such a way that we cross 8 bands in IELTS speaking easily, right? So in this video, I will walk you through different cue card topics that were asked recently, right? To get the maximum benefit out of this video, please prepare on those cue card topics for a minute each, right? And record yourself for 2 minutes, right? Let's walk through this.
All right, now this cue card is highlighted with yellow, right? If you get this cue card for the first time talking about local news, you might be taken aback. You might be surprised about, how should I talk about this local news? Don't really think about it. It's not that you don't know about news, right? We all watch news, we all listen to different kind of news. But if we have already processed this once before our exam, we would be able to answer it in a proper way. Now, I tell you, we as LeapScholar have developed an amazing video on how to generate ideas on any topic in a minute, right? I have attached the link in the description. Do go through it. It has more than 10,000 views. Do go through that video. All right. It's going to really help you generate ideas and talk in a proper way. So a piece of local news that people were interested in, you would like, there were different pieces of news that I listened to, but which one should I talk about? So it's always wise to think about it, right? For example, maybe I would want to talk about a building that was constructed in my town. It is in the shape of a parliament, right? It is in the shape of a parliament, and it's the government building only. So I've already thought about it. Now, if they talk about anything related to news or anything that I heard in news or anything I watched, I would be able to talk about it in a proper way because my ideas, I've already processed them. Now, there are certain things, for example, news. News is an uncountable noun, all right? It is an uncountable noun. I'm sure you would want to talk about news are displayed on the TV. There are news. No, we always say a piece of news, right? A piece of news, because it's an uncountable noun. If you want to talk about plural, so 2 pieces of news. So it's very important to take care of all these kind of things, right? Now, when you're starting your cue card, you should maybe start with a general topic. What is the meaning of news, right? For example, maybe something like this. I don't really pay heed to news, but there was this one piece of news that caught my eye, and that local news was this, right? I just start talking in this way. So start with an introduction. If you want to understand this in detail, do go through the description, right? So it would help you organize your thoughts, right? So yes, what it was about, where you saw, heard it, who was involved, and explain why people were interested in it, right? Make sure we touch all the points at least once. Look at this part. An experience where when you were not allowed to use a mobile phone. I am sure there were different occasions, right? For example, you can talk about hospitals or religious places, right? And maybe you start with something like cell phones, mobile phones. They have become an indispensable part of our life, right? That mobile phones, we cannot really separate ourselves from them. So it's always important to start with introduction. But if you would think that, all right, I was not allowed to use mobile phone in the hospital, if this would be asked in IELTS speaking exam, you would be prepared. You would have thought about it at least once. Yes. Look at this one. Describe a time when you went shopping in a street market. Maybe I would want to talk about Palika Bazaar, right? In Delhi, right, in New Delhi, there must be different places in all of your towns. So why not think about it, what that street market was, where it was, right? It's just always important. Let's look at more. Describe a quiet place where you have rest, right? Not home. For example, you can talk about uh, once in a while you go to a hill station, you find solace there, you find tranquility there, you find peace there. You can talk about it. Or maybe your friend's home, where you go and just be yourself, watch a movie, right? So yes, what the place is, your friend's home. How often you go there? Maybe you go there twice a week. What all you do there, right? Describe it in detail. Describe a puzzle that you solved. See, this might surprise you, but then there are different puzzles. For example, I would talk about a Rubik's cube here. All right, so you should think about it. Now the best thing that you can do is all the topics that I am displaying on the screen. It's very important for you to start a timer of a minute, make notes, and then record yourself for 2 minutes, right? And then you listen to your recording. Once you have practiced on all these cue cards, it would really help you speak in the best possible way. Next thing, describe a natural talent you want to improve. Now, what is the natural talent that you would want to improve? Now, a natural talent, I am sure we all have different kind of talents, right? So it's always important to think about what talent do you have. For example, I have a keen interest in playing guitar and learning singing, right? And I already did a part of it, so I know. All right, if something would be there related to natural talent, maybe I would link it with singing and then take it to the uh, part where I learned guitar. So think about it. Let's look some more also. Describe a law on environmental protection. So it's important. It's crucial. You take a look at certain laws which are there on protection of environment. All right. Next one. Describe an art or craft activity. For example, yes, we all had painting. We all had something related to arts in school, but then it is there in our subconscious mind. Let's bring it to our conscious mind, so when an examiner asks, we don't really hesitate. All right. Describe something that you shared with others. Maybe you got 90 percentage in class 10th, or maybe you would want to talk about the job that you got, right? Gift that you got which you were expecting from someone, and then you want to share it with your friends that, hey, my father gifted me a motorcycle. You want to share it with others. So why not? Describe a time you saw something interesting on social media. We all use social media, but then we only have a minute. Make notes, right? Just a minute, and it would go like this. So describe a time you saw something interesting on social media. I would talk about a website which I saw as an advertisement on social media, which has really amazing clothes, and I would want to talk about it, right? So you find whatever you want to talk about, right? Make a note of that, record yourself. That's how you improve. Describe an argument two of your friends had. That's a part of life, right? But it's always important, crucial, integral to think about it, to think it through once. Describe a company where you live that employs a lot of people, right? Maybe in New Delhi, you want to talk about Wipro, you would want to talk about Accenture. There are many companies, right? So organize your thoughts. Describe a town or city where you would like to live in future. Maybe you can relate it to your IELTS exam, that you are appearing for IELTS exam because you would want to move to Canada, right? Describe a leisure activity there by your area. Leisure activity, maybe you would want to go bowling, right? That's a leisure activity. Or maybe you want to go rafting, right? You want to maybe swim, right? So always leisure activity. Look at the word or, so you can choose one of them, right? One of them. Describe an occasion when you saw a lot of people smiling. Hey, maybe you would want to talk about your cousin's marriage or your brother's or your sister's marriage. right? Or anyone's marriage, right? Or maybe your marriage if you're married. All right. Describe a live sports that you have watched. All right. Maybe you would want to talk about IPL, right? And then from IPL, take it to Chennai Super King, then take it to Dhoni or Thala, right? Talk about it. So we have this one, describe a plan you have for future. Make sure you touch all the prompts at least one. And I am reiterating this point. If you don't know how to make notes in a cue card, in a cue card task in a minute, make sure you record yourself. All right. Make sure you record yourself and you watch the video that I have attached in the description. All right. That's crucial because we as LeapScholar have worked really hard to develop that video, and it's there available for free. Link is in the description. All right. A tall building. Maybe you would want to think about vocabulary related to tall building, maybe skyscrapers, right? Multi-story in your town that you like or dislike. Think about it, think it through. Building, vocabulary related to building, aesthetic, fascinating, right? It's important. Article on health that you read online. Maybe you want to relate it with corona, right? How we can protect ourselves from corona. So see, these things, they are there in your mind, but they have to strike, right? And for you to be able to speak fluently, you should have thought about it at least once. It would be better. I'm not saying if you get a completely new cue card, you won't be able to talk about it, but it's always better if you have once gone through the ideas and processed them in your mind on the specific cue card. Describe an interesting old person. Maybe you would want to talk about your grandfather, grandmother, right? On your maternal side, on maybe on your paternal side, right? Reiterating that please touch all the points which are there, right? And also in every slide, I have added some follow-up questions, right? Which are there after the cue card task, just to give you more resources to so that you can prepare yourself better. I'll give you 10 more cue cards quickly. Take a look at them. Describe your favorite part in your city or town, right? What this place is, how often you go there, what you do there, what is your favorite part of the city. All right. So write down all the good places in your city and then think what you can talk about. Your favorite movie. Then we have when it was important to tell your friend the truth, and describe a bag you want to own, right? Maybe you want to talk about a bag that you would want to buy in future. All right. Maybe you can talk about it in such a way that, no, I do not want to own this bag. Maybe my mother wants to buy this, or maybe my sister wants to buy this. All right. Or maybe your father wants to buy this. You can take your answer and build it from here. A promise you made to someone, right? What the promise was, to whom you made it, whether it was easy or difficult to keep, why you made it, where you were standing in line. They often use this word queue, right? All right. So don't be surprised if they use this word. They both mean the same thing. All right. Describe a useful piece of equipment. All right. Useful piece of equipment beside your computer. Maybe you would want to talk about the mobile phone that you have. All right. That you always keep beside your computer whenever you are seated in front of your computer. Right. All right. The last one where you tried to do something, but you were not very successful with that particular thing. All right. Maybe you would want to talk about a struggle here. So what I mean to say is that these are around 30 cue cards that I have given you that were recently asked. Record yourself on them. All right. Gain the momentum, gain the flow. All right. It would really help you ace your IELTS speaking. All right. I hope you are aware about our IELTS Prep app by LeapScholar. Please do download the app. It is there for on Android, right? And it's free, right? Lots of free exercises are available here for practice. And also, please do like, share, and subscribe our YouTube channel. It has more than 55,000 subscribers and good stuff available for free. And do let me know in the comment box which is the next part that you would want me to cover, right? Or what is there anything specific that you want me to talk about in the next video? All right, this is Mohammad. I would be signing off now. I have to see you all very soon. Take good care of yourself.